What is good, beautiful people? My name is Ramon.
And I can't help you, Sony. Sorry.
So, Sony.
Well, before you carry on, sir.
Yes, sir.
Prepare yourself for the YouTube watchers and those who fanboys
Yeah.
of Sony.
Fuck them, I don't care.
Yes.
Listen, I've already been political over at Ignorant Gamers. And if you're watching this, you should definitely check out Ignorant Gamers.
Yes.
That is our gaming channel, all our gameplay and our gaming topics and whatnot.
All of our 1080p gaming.
There's a lot of that over there.
A lot of 1080p Xbox gaming going on.
A lot of that over there. Check that out.
Yeah. Carry on, sir. Carry on.
So, if you've been abreast, thank you. If you've been abreast to what's going on in the console wars, and I really hate this console wars thing.
Yeah, and
It's
people
like so
are
annoying. Like,
people are really aware of it.
shut the fuck up and play what you play. Yeah, like, god damn it, man.
Yeah. It's bad. It's really bad.
And it's bad on both sides, by the way. So, here we go. The biggest hot button issue in the console wars was resolution. Because Sony made it a staple that the PlayStation 4 was so powerful that it ran all games at 1080p and native 1080p and 60 frames a second. And the Xbox, some games like Rise is 900p.
It still looks good.
Actually, Rise is the best looking next generation game out of all of them.
I saw it. It looks really good.
That's the other side of the coin here. You know, people are like, why does resolution matter when this game is clearly the best looking game on both consoles? And then you got Snow, who Snow's like, you know, you all should just jump off a bridge because resolution doesn't matter. It's all about frames per second. Frames per second. And he's right.
Yeah.
Like, when I played Titanfall on my PC and then I played on the Xbox, I have a 780, so it was kind of a drastic difference, but the most noticeable thing was the frame rate. It was buttery smooth. You think 60 frames a second looks good? You don't. Shit was like running like 80 something frames a second on like some crazy.
It's like people walking by you.
Yeah. You know? Like it plays with your eyes. Like, it looks too good to your eyes. Like, it's mesmerizing. But anyway. So, Sony, you know, and I want to be very clear here who I'm faulting. I'm not faulting Sony. This is not about Sony. A lot of it was, the only part of it that was about Sony that I said from day one was when they made fun of Microsoft with here's how we share games on the PlayStation. Like, that was real, like, tacky.
Yeah, it was. And
you know what I'm saying?
I still can't figure out how to share a game if there's any way, shape, or form, any feature.
No, because it all got pulled. That was all the DRM thing. Because the Xbox One was launching with DRM stuff. Right. All the games were with DRM, so you buy a disc, and that disc had a code on it that would register it to your Xbox. So you couldn't put that disc in another Xbox without your account being there. So the used game industry was over, which is fine with me because I fucking hate GameStop. Yeah. Right? The used game industry was over. People are like, "Oh, I can't loan my friend my like." No, I don't buy games for my friend.
That's true.
But there's very real use cases for this though, and I get it.
Right.
So Microsoft but a lot of that stuff they rolled back was dopeness. Like, you had a game, you could literally say, okay, Ramon can play Rise. But the only thing is it had to check in every 24 hours to say that you still give me permission to play it. Like, that's how you loan a game. Yeah. But everyone would make noise. Microsoft pulled it back. Thank you, Sony. So gaming takes a huge step backwards because of this.
Right, but now to Sony's whatever, didn't they say something about sharing where you hit the share button and supposedly
that's
you decide,
that's streaming.
No, you if I have a Sony and you have a Sony, I share the game with you.
Oh, like, you're talking. It's
like a help me, whatever.
Yeah, you can come in and you can take over someone's game and play it for them or something.
Okay, is that available? Are they?
No, nothing Sony announces available.
Really?
Nothing. Not even a PlayStation Now shit. None of it's available. Sony hasn't delivered one fucking thing that they showed in E3. Even to this day, the PlayStation 4 commercials with Drive Club in them are still aired to this day. And Drive Club has yet to see the light of day. So yeah.
I'm going to stay here for the rest of this video. Proceed, sir.
So the biggest thing now was the resolution wars. Mm-hmm. So Rise was 900p and the Sony boys was laughing. Mm-hmm. Battlefield ran at a native 1080p on the PlayStation 4, whereas on the Xbox One it was upscaled. Mm-hmm. So it was like 960, but they upscaled to 1080. Mm-hmm. That was a whole big thing. Gaming was over. Sony won the console war. Mm-hmm. Then there's like Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider came out and it was running smooth on the PlayStation, but it was not running smooth on the Xbox. Mm-hmm. That was it. It was over. The Xbox is pointless. Now, some fuckface in the corner of the internet somewhere found out that the multiplayer part of Killzone, not the single player, the multiplayer part of Killzone.
Oh, the part of Killzone that pretty much we would play all day, every day.
Right.
Okay.
But no one plays because the game's terrible.
Yeah, it is.
That part of the game is not 1080p. It's not native 1080p. So, people found this out and the internet goes crazy. Because now it comes back on Sony, right? And it's like, but you guys said it was native 1080p.
Yes,
so it was about a day period when the news first broke that the fanboys were like,
Abadabbas, Abadabbas.
Like there were no comments on YouTube for 24 hours. Like that type of shit. Like they didn't know what to do with themselves. And the crazy shit is there's some devoted fanboys out there. I give them credit. They were like, no, Sony never said native.
And then
who told them to say that? Because somebody went somewhere in the corner of the internet and dug up the verbatim native 1080p. Oh fuck, here we go.
Didn't they say that at E3?
They said it,
and they said it again. They
said it. They said it again. They wrote it.
Yeah,
they said it. Wrote it again.
So they lied to you. How many times?
But here's the thing, right? Mm-hmm. Let's jump off of Sony here. I want to get to the gamers.
Right.
And this is something I've said in my roast videos and Ignorant Gamers. It's like, I can't believe how fucking silly the gamers were to be attacking Microsoft the way they were for innovative features that would push gaming as a medium forward. And it's crazy because, like I always said, gamers I thought were the most advanced branch of consumers out there. They did their homework. They were always tech savvy. They were always forthcoming with new technologies. It's the exact opposite. You threaten to take away a physical disc and all of a sudden it's no good? When everything else around your game console, where do you get your movies from? How do you watch your TV? How do you listen to your music? Everything else was digital. But Microsoft was in the wrong for doing the exact same thing. Like, it was so annoying and frustrating that they thought that way, right? This is those same people now. So Sony left them out to dry. And now it's still okay. That's the craziest shit in the world to me. So wait. And I've seen so many comments, so it's like, wait, but you guys attacked the Xbox One about resolution. 900p is terrible. I could never play a game like that. Look how low quality it is. I can see the difference.
See what difference?
But you couldn't see that Killzone was not 1080p natively. You couldn't see that. You could see everything on the Xbox, but you couldn't see that. Now, like, it starts to make people look like fucking idiots, right? Thanks, Sony. You exposed the fucking idiots. So time goes on now. It's like a 2-day period, and Guerrilla Studios. Guerrilla what the fuck's that? Whoever the people are that make this half-ass shite hole game. This mediocre 5.0 out of a 15 game. Yes, the developers. I've never seen a huge company like this, and I want to phrase this very carefully because Sony didn't come out and say it. The developers for the game do. So they're expendable at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If this comes back and kicks them in the ass, and it won't, because the fanboyism on Sony is that big right now. Sony could always be like, yo, they wild and get rid of them. Shit, they got rid of the dudes that made is it God of War? They fired like all of them. Sony don't give a fuck. They'll get rid of you. Anyway.
Gone.
Anywho. So, Guerrilla Jackasses came out and they had this long scathing post, this technical post on how some shit about splitting pixels and rendering vertically as opposed to horizontally and all of this crazy shit, and then they were like, oh, sorry, we didn't get technical when we explained it, but it's 1080p. Like, no. And it's crazy how they still, even in the blog post they wrote, they still eluded it. They still never said native, because it's not native.
It's upscaled.
Yes, but it's not upscaling. And here's the funny thing, it's not upscaling is like a real thing. Like, the way you achieve it is why it's called upscaling.
Right.
This is the same concept, but it's not upscaling. And it's like, are you people fucking insane right now? This is acceptable as an answer? Like, they just called you a fucking idiot to your face. You knocked on the door and said, hey, I've been hearing some things. And you go, yeah, nah, that's, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You good. Just close the door, and that was that.
It's just, ka-choom.
Like, that shit's so crazy to me. And it's not Sony. I mean, Sony ultimately, because they channeled the fanboys.
Right. Sony stood on their product. All right. And like any company that stands on their product, they're going to back it 100%, obviously. Yes. So, my issue with them is they lied. In all honesty, in hindsight, they lied, because they knew that this game was coming out. They knew that this game, if there was an issue with the game,
they should have been transparent.
They should have let the fans know. Okay, look, we did say that it's running native 1080p, but this particular game, or you know what? Not all games will run. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because they put it on the developer.
But here's the thing, right? And that's okay. But they did it, and I'll explain to you, they did come out later. But they wouldn't do it because the fanboy war was going on.
So they sat back like this.
It was a very real thing that made Microsoft look bad. So they never said anything. It's like, your kid goes to school and do dumb shit, and then the teacher say, your kid's like, not my kid. Parent come to school, you fucking crazy. Don't tell me about my child. Yeah. And kid just sitting there like, it's not me. Like, that ain't me. You heard my mom. That ain't me. It's that type of fucking childish behavior. And the shit that's so crazy is Microsoft was transparent from the fucking start. Mm-hmm. From the get-go. Now, let's fast forward a little. They got this game coming out on the PlayStation 4 called Order 1800 or whatever the fuck it's called. It's like a first-person shooter in like France or wherever the hell this thing was. It's a periodical shooter. Looks really good. The graphics are insane on this thing. But it runs at like 900p or something. Some crazy resolution. And the developers came out and they said, hey, you know, this game runs at 900p because we were going for a certain artistic look. And this is a very real thing. You scale your resolution, you scale your frame per second, and you can get that look. Right. You can get an ultra butter smooth Battlefield look or a real scale back movie experience look. It's not just a video game anymore. There's a lot of different avenues for you to create your craft and give the players an art form here. And that was okay. But it was crazy. The fans were like, yeah, these dudes, I like what these, like, wait a minute, stop, motherfucker. Because the dudes from Crytek, who made Rise, they said Rise was running at 1080p native, 60 frames a second on the Xbox. But they didn't like the look. They didn't want the look, so they scaled it back to 900p and then upscaled it.
Right.
That was blasphemy. That was deficiency. Sony does it. Oh no! This is good. This is good. So I'm gonna leave. I want to leave something. There's something very real going on here with the PlayStation. Microsoft promised entertainment hub.
That it is.
They promised to revolutionize the way you watch TV.
That they've done.
They promised gaming. They promised the best online experience. They have delivered on every single front. To the fact where I got an update for my fucking controller yesterday.
Yeah, I actually updated it the day before.
To the fact where people complained about how the friends list worked, and
they switched it.
Fixed it.
They fixed it.
Microsoft listened every step of the way. Now, I'm not saying Sony did it. What I'm saying is, Sony promised 100 different IPs 1 year. Not one fucking game. What month is this? March.
Yeah.
Not one fucking game.
We're 5 months in.
Sony promised best gaming experience possible. On what? Killzone? Because it's not Battlefield. Those games run the same across the board.
Yeah.
Except for Tomb Raider. Albeit, Tomb Raider's shoddy on the Xbox for whatever reason. The definitive edition. Sony promised the PlayStation Now. They showed you Gaikai, whatever. And they announced it in this betas. Still hasn't been delivered. I've literally been looking for reasons to buy a PlayStation 4. Because that's what we do. That's who we are. If it's on the shelf, we will buy it. To bitch and moan and complain about it, yes. But we will buy it.
Why don't you just use it for a Blu-ray player?
Not even that, because the Xbox does that.
Yep.
And I don't even watch Blu-rays. I own my shit. But it's crazy to me to see, and I see so many memes running around like, where are the games? The PlayStation 4 is a console built by gamers for gamers. But where are the games? I saw a PlayStation 4 commercial on Hulu 2 nights ago. And it had Drive Club. Where is Drive Club? That commercial's been out since launch. Where is Drive Club? And it's like the number one feature. I will give them this. The number one feature of a PlayStation 4 right now, and by a long shot. So I'm gonna say it's the number one feature, the number two, and the number three is the sales. How many units it sold?
Yeah.
Really? That says a lot for the people buying this shit.
I mean, I feel like they're probably only buying it because they have a PlayStation 3. So, okay, hey, let's get a PlayStation 4.
No, I don't know. They've got the mind share. Sony's got the mind share right now. And if you remove people who advocate for this type of shit outside of a situation, like, not where they watch this video and they get defensive and they're down there leaving comments. Fuck you, you fat bastard. Fuck you too.
Yeah, fuck you twice.
You catch them in the street you know, they just on a bus or on a train, and you say,
or in a GameStop.
"Do you play?" No, don't do it in GameStop. Yeah. Do you play games? Yeah. What you got? I got a PlayStation 3, a PlayStation 4. Oh, okay. How you like it? I love it. What games you playing? Oh, I'm playing some Battlefield, some Madden. I said, oh, okay. But you ain't got like this. What about all those crazy Sony games? Nah, you know, they ain't really come out yet. Like they'll start to break down and admit about what they like and what they don't like. Mm-hmm. Other than that, they'll never say a word. They'll never say that the rubber's peeling off the controllers. All of a sudden, they forgot that these things are getting bricked on Twitch. There's videos out there, people turn on their PlayStation. Yeah, PlayStation, the shit bricks right in front of the fucking camera. Wow. They act like they forgot that PSN just got hacked. Again, for like the third time, fourth time. Like, it's just a clusterfuck. But hey, look, I'm happy as fuck. They focus on resolution, I play Titanfall.
What happened with this? I can't remember. I don't know if he's one of the head guys or whatever.
Oh, he just
somebody stepped.
No one knows. They're going in a different direction. That shit happens all the time. Jack, whatever his name is.
Yeah. So because I found it odd that this whole thing comes out and then he steps.
Nah, it ain't got nothing to do with that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, we rambling.
Yeah.
We rambling. Fuck him. Fuck Sony. No, fuck Sony.
Sony. Look, B. Y'all messed up.
It'll get better. It'll get
when it's almost over and
like
Xbox has 300 games, 400 or 500 games, and Sony has 100.
It'll get better. My name is Ramon.
I am Tawan.
We out, man.
It'll get better.